today I'm with the amazing Cupcake Jemma.
Hello.
She also makes cupcakes. We love people that make cupcakes.
We're all stick together as cupcake
We
kids.
do, with frosting. So we are in Jamie Oliver's FoodTube kitchens in London, and Jamie is not here, so we are hijacking his kitchen. Jemma has just finished showing us how to make some amazing turkey cupcakes over on the FoodTube channel, and I am going to be showing you guys how to make some Thanksgiving-themed pumpkin cheesecake cupcakes. So let's get into it.
All right.
Gemma, would you mind semi-whipping some cream?
Semi-whipping? Absolutely. I love whipping cream.
So while Gemma's whisking the cream, I'm going to make the bases. It's really simple. We're just going to add some crushed white cookies, and any white cookies are fine, into a little bit of melted butter. All right, Gemma, we're going to spoon just a teaspoon of that mix into each of our little cupcake trays.
Sure.
Now, for our cupcake liners today, we went with a foil case because we want these to look like little mini individual pumpkin pies, and this kind of looks like the little tin foil of a pie base. Gemma's going to pop a teaspoon into each of the bottoms of those and press them down nicely. Nicely done, Gem, real quick.
Thanks very much.
Perfect. So if you guys don't know Gemma from YouTube, she's actually got her own channel called Cupcake Jemma, funnily enough. You should definitely check it out. She's got tons more cupcake ideas.
Yeah, and not just cupcakes too, just sweet stuff.
And we know you guys like sweet stuff. Perfect. All right, we're going to get on to our cheesecake base mix. We want our cream cheese now, and that's going to go into a bowl. Sugar, would you like to be my sugar girl?
I would love to.
Thank you. In it goes. So great having an assistant. She's so good.
It's so great being an assistant.
Perfect. And a little bit of vanilla. Gemma, have you still got your whisk handy?
Here.
Can you just whisk through those ingredients for me?
Sure thing.
Perfect. Until they're nice and smooth. All right, so once that's whipped, you want to add in 2 eggs. So you can keep doing that. Gemma,
all right.
I'll crack in 2 eggs and try not to get any shell in there. Perfect.
That was a good one.
Keep on whisking those ones through. Perfect. Now at this point, you just want to gently fold through that cream mixture, but you don't want to fold through the whole lot. So fold through about half of the cream that you've got semi-whipped, and roughly half is fine. You don't need to measure it out. This is where you can risk over whipping your cream. So really just gently fold it through.
So I always use either a metal spoon or a spatula for folding in, because you don't want to take too much air out. And metal spoons are really good because it kind of cuts through the mixture.
That looks pretty good. All right, so at this point, we're going to kind of divide our cheesecakes up. So you're going to have 1 layer of biscuit, 1 layer of this cheesecake, and then 1 layer of the pumpkin cheesecake on top. So we need a tablespoon, roughly a tablespoon. You want to take your cheesecakes up to about 2/3 of the way full in each of those cupcake liners with this plain white batter.
Okay, so about a tablespoon of this?
Yeah, about a tablespoon of that.
And then we're going in.
In she goes. All right, that is our base cheesecake mix done. And we're going to take 2/3 of the pumpkin puree now, because we're going to turn this regular cheesecake into our pumpkin cheesecake to go on the top layer of our pumpkin cheesecake cupcakes. And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab some of our spice. So we just want a pinch of cloves, a pinch of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon to add a little bit of spice.
Yummy. Cloves smell like Christmas as well. Just folding that in?
Yeah, just fold it in. Perfect. So once again here, you want to make sure not to over-whip that cream that's in that pumpkin cheesecake mix. Now, depending on how much time you've got, you may want to chill those in the fridge for an hour or so, just to let that bottom layer set before the second layer comes on. Gemma and I can't wait to eat these, so we're just going to get into it. Plus, we don't know when Jamie's coming back, so we want to get out of the kitchen as quick as we can. Gemma, in goes a layer of that pumpkin cheesecake, and then we're going to flatten it out on top. You want to get these as full as you can, but I recommend just putting about a tablespoon into each cupcake case and then come back if you've got leftovers and really fill them up, because you don't want to run short. All right, Gemma, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. First thing that pops into your head, dog or cat?
Dog.
Dog. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Sweet or savoury?
Ooh. Both?
Both. I like it. Perfect. Now those ones are going to go off into a moderate oven for about 15 minutes, or until the edges are nice and set and the centre's almost set. Let's get them cooking. So while that one's cooking, you can take your remaining pumpkin puree and your remaining cream. Gemma, would you like to mix those 2 through?
I would.
Perfect. And then we're going to add, just to sweeten it up a little bit, a tablespoon of powdered sugar. And then we're going to pop in just a pinch of cloves and a pinch of nutmeg for that little bit of extra spice. What we're effectively making here is like a pumpkin flavoured cream that we're going to use to decorate our completed cheesecakes. So when your pumpkin cheesecakes come out of the oven, thanks for grabbing those out.
You're very welcome.
They need to go off into the fridge for about 3 hours, but preferably overnight. So 3 hours is okay, overnight is better. So we're going to put them off into the fridge and let them get completely cool before we attempt to decorate them. Good fridge, Gemma, that was quick.
Thanks.
I like it. All right, so your pumpkin cheesecakes will have risen in the oven, and then when you put them in the fridge, they're going to sink back down a little bit in the middle. That is perfectly fine. Do not worry about it at all.
Good, because I was worried.
Yeah, she was super worried. So now to decorate, we want these to look like little pies. So you can either use a Ziploc bag here, otherwise you can use something like a disposable piping bag. If you happen to have a pedal piping tip, that's probably the perfect thing, just a small pedal piping tip. But because we don't have one of those today, we're going to be using some tape and a bag. So taking that tape, we're just going to reinforce the end of the bag, and this is really just giving us a nice sort of a stiff tip. So in a little bit from the end, and you can use any sort of tape you like here.
If you don't have fancy Day-Glo green tape, that's okay.
So now I'm going to cut straight across the tip, and we should get a nice flat ribbon of that cream when it comes out.
Very clever. So you don't have to have a load of fancy nozzles if you can't afford it, or if you haven't got time to run out and buy one.
That's right, or if like me you realise that you just can't find the right nozzle at the right time. All right, so we're just going to scoop some of that cream mixture into our disposable piping bag. So you just want to pipe like little ribbons, almost like your little pie lattice going across the top.
That works really well.
It did.
Who knew? Well, you did, obviously. Cute.
And then you want to turn your cupcake or turn your bag and come back the other way.
Wow. I love it.
Hey.
That's so clever.
What do you reckon, Jem? We're all good?
I think they look like pies, which is brilliant.
You know what they're missing? They're missing an outer crust.
Oh, yeah.
So I've pulled the gaffer tape off the bag, which is now going to turn into a nice little round piping nozzle instead of a flat piping nozzle. And we're just going to come around the edges and just make just like a little bit of a pie crust. So really just squiggling the bag back and forth all the way around the edges to finish them off. All right, so our gorgeous little pumpkin pie cheesecake cupcakes are finished. Thank you so much to my glamorous assistant, Gemma.
You're welcome.
It's amazing.
Oh, stop.
I've never eaten anything pumpkin pie related. I've never had sweet pumpkin before. So for me, this is going to be an absolute first. Have you?
Hell yeah, I have all the time, as much as possible.
Well, thank you to all of you guys that requested, because I'm about to try for the first time ever sweet pumpkin pie. You going to try one with me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go on 3. I hope I like it.
So do I.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my goodness.
Where have you been all my life?
I love a buttery biscuit base.
A buttery biscuit base. I love pumpkin. It's a vegetable cheesecake. I love it.
Is it good for you?
This is good for us.
Is this part of our recommended daily allowance of vegetables?
It's dairy, it's vegetable, it's a little bit of biscuit base.
Great.
What more could you want?
Well, more of this.
More of this. So if you guys want to see more Thanksgiving-inspired recipes,
Like this little weird, crazy guy.
ridiculously cute,
Click on this little turkey and we will show you how to make that for Thanksgiving.
he's over on the FoodTube channel. So click on him and that will take you there. We will also leave a link just here to head to Cupcake Jemma if you want to go and see lots more in the way of sweets and baking. Make sure you subscribe to her when you get there.
Yeah, do.
And if you want to click up here, you'll see another playlist with some other Thanksgiving-inspired recipes. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks, Gemma.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone.
And thanks, Jamie, for the kitchen.